What's going on, Stick Crew, and welcome to our Week 2 weekend ads for fantasy hockey. We got 4 teams that play 2 games this weekend on Friday and on Sunday, so we want to add as many players from those teams as we can to help us win our matchups. Starting with our forwards, we have Patrick Kane from the Detroit Red Wings. Patty Kane's 50% rostered, so he's probably not available in many leagues, but if he's out there, go get him right away, because he's got 4 points in his first 3 games. He's on that second line and top power play for Detroit. Second forward is Teuvo Teravainen from the Chicago Blackhawks. Turbo is 20% rostered, and he's on a bit of a heater to start the season with 5 points in his first 4 games. He's currently on the second line and top power play with Connor Bedard, so get him right away. Next up, we got Philip Hedl from the Vancouver Canucks. Hedl's 4% rostered, and he's not the sexiest pickup, but he had 2 goals in his first game, and he's currently on the top power play for Vancouver and centering the second line. Last forward we have is also from Vancouver. We got winger Jake DeBrusk. DeBrusk is 27% rostered, and he's got 2 points in his first 3 games. He also has 2 shots in each of those games, which you like to see, but he's never been the most consistent point contributor, even when he had exposure to guys like David Pastrnak on Boston. But he's a good pickup for this weekend. For our first defensive ad, we have Sam Rinzel from the Chicago Blackhawks. He's 39% rostered, and he's playing on that top power play for Chicago. He's got just 1 point in his first 4 games with his first NHL goal that he scored a few nights ago against Montreal. His shots and blocks have been really good to start the season, but his ice time has been super inconsistent, and he's probably not going to get a lot of points on a team like Chicago, so that kind of scares me away from wanting to roster him full time. So after this weekend, if he hasn't had a blow-up performance, he's probably safe to drop. Next up, we have Philip Hronek from the Vancouver Canucks. Hronek is 35% rostered, and he actually has really good peripherals and pretty good ice time, but he's still stuck behind Quinn Hughes on that power play too, so that definitely limits his offensive upside. So after the weekend, it's pretty safe to say he's good to drop. Last defenseman is Rasmus Sandin from the Washington Capitals. He's only 4% rostered, so he's pretty much available anywhere, but he's only really good for peripherals, and he's on power play too, so if either of those first 2 guys aren't available, he'd be the best pickup for you for defense. First goalie ad is Cam Talbot from the Detroit Red Wings. Talbot's coming off a heater against the Toronto Maple Leafs with only 2 goals allowed and 38 saves to get the win. John Gibson has looked god-awful to start the season, so it looks like Talbot might be favoring some more starts coming up here. It's not a great weekend schedule for Detroit with Florida, Tampa, and Edmonton, but it looks like he might get 2 out of those 3 starts, so I'd pick him up right now. Next goalie ad is Kevin Lankinen from the Vancouver Canucks. Lankinen seems to be stuck behind Thatcher Demko for that starting role, but he's got a really favorable matchup coming up against Chicago on Friday, so stream him while you can. Our last goalie streamer for this week is going to be Charlie Lindgren from the Washington Capitals. Lindgren's only 22% rostered, and he's coming off of a 35-save shutout against the Rangers the other night, which makes him look pretty favorable going up against the Minnesota Wild on Friday. And who knows, if he looks as good as he did against the Rangers, he could get a sneaky second start on Sunday against Vancouver. That'll do it for this one, but I'm going to be making an extra video for only TikTok and for Instagram with some extra must-add players for your fantasy hockey lineups. So make sure to follow at The Stick Crew on TikTok and on Instagram. Peace.